Okay, you should be on 5-4 study guide notes. We're going to divide fractions and decimals today. Let's start with the fractions first. The only difference between this and what we did a week or two ago when we reviewed the dividing is that there'll be some negatives and there could be some variables in there. So we're just going to write a little same, change, flip, to remind ourselves that when you multiply with decimals, rather when you divide with fractions, that it's the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. And if you look at the top of the page, it talks to you about what a reciprocal is, or a multiplicative inverse is the other name for it. It's when you have multiplicative inverses or two numbers whose product equals 1. In other words, you just go ahead and flip it. Okay. The other thing we're going to remind ourselves of is that just like with multiplication, if you have same signs, the answer is positive. And if you have different signs, the answer is negative. Okay? Getting better at writing this. So let's try a few. The first one is 5/16. We're going to change the dividing by a fraction to multiplying by its reciprocal, so we flip it. 8/5 is the reciprocal of 5/8. We look to see if there's anything we can cross-cancel. The 5's will each cross-cancel out and equal 1. The 8 will cancel out, equal 1. 8 goes into 16 twice. 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, no negatives to worry about. Skip down to number 4 so we can find one with a negative. We're going to rewrite the 4/5. Change the divide to times, take the reciprocal of 3/10, which is 10 over 3, so we flipped it. We look to see if there's anything we can cross-cancel. We can cross-cancel 5 goes into 5 once and 10 twice. Multiply across the top, we get 8. Multiply across the bottom, we get 3. 3 goes into 8, 2, and 2/3 times. Different signs, answer is negative. Let's go down to number 8, do one with a mixed number. So let's change 4 and 5/8 into improper. So 4 times 8 is 32, plus 5 is 37 over 8. Not changing yet because we want to change them to improper first. I've got 10. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10 thirds. And now I'm going to do my same change flip. And unfortunately, there are no cross-canceling opportunities here, so I'm going to multiply across the top and get 111, across the bottom get 80. Not too ugly. 80 goes into 111 one whole time with 31 80ths left over. Let's go to the variables next. Same rules. You are going to keep the first one the same. You're going to change to time, and you are going to still flip. So that's a y. So if I look diagonally this way, the y's will cancel, nothing will cancel this way. Y goes into y once, y goes into y once. Multiply across the top, 2x times 1 is 2x, and 1 times 3 is 3. Simplified. C over 4d, change the divide to times. 8d over 3 is the reciprocal, you just have to flip it. C and 3 cannot reduce. I'm going to do these separate. D goes into D once, D goes into D once. 4 goes into 4 once, 4 goes into 8 twice. 2 times C is 2C. 3 times 1 times 1 is 3. Try another one. 4A over B. Change the divide to times, multiply by its reciprocal, so I just flip the second one to get the reciprocal, and then see what I can cancel. The B's will cancel out and become 1s. A cancels out 1. A, 1. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice. 2 times 1 times 1, 2. 1 times 1 times 1 times C is just 1C. And the last one. M over 9, change divide to times, flip the second number, mn squared. Going this way, I've got 3 going into 3 once and 3 going into 9 3 times. Going this way, I've got m going into m once, m going into m once. 1 times 1, 1. 3 times 1 is 3, times n squared is 3n squared. Okay? So that was kind of quick. you need to go back and look at review, go ahead. So the only thing you need to remember is that mixed numbers need to be changed to improper fractions first. You need to go back and check for same signs and different signs. None of these variable ones had negatives, so you don't have to worry about it. And that you're doing the same change flip after they are both turned into fractions. Okay, so you're done with part 1. You're going to watch part 2, which is the dividing decimals next.